Hello, this will be part two of Universal Math Placement Exam. So let's just finish this up. So 1 over 2 plus x plus 3 over x plus y. I need an LCD, lowest common denominator, right? And what would be my LCD? If you want 2 plus x, same thing as x plus 2. So because the base is already in most, this is like one term and this is one term, because they're basically the same. I mean, not the same, they're different bases that cannot be broken down. It's just a mixture of those two. So it's just x plus 2 times x plus 5, right? You can't break it down. So if they're different bases, it's just you mix those two. So that's our LCD. Do not follow it out. So if that's the case, over here, we need to multiply top and bottom by x plus 5. And over here, you got to multiply top and bottom by x plus 2. So my LCD is x plus 2 times x plus 5. Okay, so on the top, multiply 1 by x plus 5, that's x plus 5. Over here, you got to fill this out, so it's going to be 3x plus 6. So if you clean this up, 3x plus 1x is 4x, right? 3x plus 1x is 4x, and then 6 plus 5 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. X plus 2, x plus 5. So what's the kid's team? 30, graph the function. So this is a rational function. What do we need to graph a rational function? You need to find the vertical, horizontal, and some additional points. So first, we got to check for holes by making sure factoring this, and if something cancels, that means you have a hole. So 2x minus 1 cannot be factored. Negative x minus 1 cannot be factored, so we know there are no holes. Okay. So let's find the vertical asymptote by setting the denominator to 0, so negative x minus 1 equals 0. Solve for x by adding 1, divides by x equals negative 1. So that is my vertical asymptote. And then my horizontal asymptote is going to be y equals. So you look at your two, the highest term on the numerator, highest term on the denominator. So my highest term on the numerator is 2x. My highest term on the denominator is negative x, or negative x1. So you can ask yourself, is this the degree the same, bottom heavy, or top heavy? So the degrees are the same. So if that's the case, use the coefficient. So 2 over negative 1 is negative 2. So my horizontal asymptote is y equals negative 2. Okay, once you have those two asymptotes, go ahead and start drawing it. Okay, so right, vertical asymptote x equals negative 1, that would be right here. That is going to be vertical dash like that. Y equals negative 2 would look like here, negative 2, and then it would be a dash line like that. Okay, then what you're going to do is you have the right and the left side. So I'm going to test, I can't use the x value negative 1, but I could use the x value 0 or even negative 1/2, right? So if I plug in 0, 2 times 0 is negative 1, negative 0 minus 1 is negative 1. two negatives becomes a positive, so you have 0, 1 right there. So that's good enough because you know it's not going to cross this here. Maybe I should use another color for it. Let's use red. So let's go look at that. And then the left side, let's use -3. So if I use -3, what do I get? It spits out -3.5. So -3 will be right about here. So you know it's not going to cross the, whoops, the red dash line or the blue dash line. Okay, so we need a graph that looks like this. I don't think it's A. Is it B? Maybe, right? Vertical asymptote. No, no, that's off. Uh, oh, here, maybe C, because vertical asymptote at -2. Why? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's C. Let me double check D. No, it's off. So I'm going to say C. Tom is building a ramp to help his dog Max climb into his porch. The porch is 5 feet above the ground, and the ramp will be 9 feet away from the porch. How long will the diagonal of the ramp be? So imagine you have this diagonal like this, and somehow it forms a right triangle, right? So this is the diagonal. They're saying that the porch is 5 feet from the ground, so I believe this is 5 feet, and then 9 feet from the porch. So they want to find this unknown length. So you could use Pythagorean theorem because it is a right triangle. So leg plus other leg equals c square. So one of my leg is 5, so that's 5 square, and then 9 square equals x squared. So 5 square is 25, 9 square is 81 equals to x squared. What is 25 plus 81? That's 106 square, and then take the square root. X is square root of 106. Just 10.29. So letter D. Solve the equation. So we have 4 raised to the 4x plus 2 equals 9. So you want to solve for x. So the minute I see that e, I know I have to take the ln on both sides. So I'm going to take the ln on both sides. So ln of 9 here. Let me take the ln. The ln e cancels. You're left with 4x plus 2. And then go ahead and solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 2. So I get 4x equals ln of 9 minus 2. And then divide this by 4, 15 by 4, you get x equals ln of 9 minus 2 all over 4. It looks like B, ln of 9 minus 2 all over 4. Rewrite the rewrite as an exponential equation. So rewrite as an exponent. I think they want you to take the e. So yeah, go ahead and take the e both sides. So over here on the right, ln e cancels, you're left with 10. And then you have e to the 2x. Yeah. And then I think it's this one, right? 10 equals e to the 2x. So I think it's b, right? Take the e both sides. The e and the ln cancel, you're left 10, and then e to the 2x. Yeah. E to the 2x. Yeah, there we go. B. A teacher wants to represent the scores of her students on a recent math test. Which of the following would be the most appropriate representation of the data? I think it would be, see the box plot? I know it's not a scatter plot or a pie chart. I think it's a box plot or histogram. Okay, double check. Yeah, it's definitely a box plot. Um, yeah, box plot would be the best. Histogram, why box plot? Because it has like the mean, the median, the range, it has all that. This one, yeah, because you want to know they want to know the mean, the median, the first quartile, second quarter, all that good stuff. So that is why it's C. 35, what measure of the center is influenced most by the extreme values of the data set? I think it's mean, right? Uh, yeah, it's mean. It says what measure of center is influenced most by extreme values of data set? It would have to be the mean. 36, a farmer records the number of eggs produced by each chicken in her flock. What type of variable would the number of eggs produced in each chicken be? Is it continuous, categorical, discrete, nominal? I think it would be discrete. Yeah, I think it's discrete. What type of variable would the number of eggs produced by each chicken be? Nominal, because I think it's discrete. Double check. Yeah, I'm going to say discrete because the number of eggs produced by each chicken would be a whole number. A discrete variable is one that can only be take on a specific distinct value. So anything with a distinct value would be discrete. Convert 120 degrees to radians. So I like this one. This one's it's very easy to forget, but it's really simple. Uh, how do you convert a degree to radians? All you got to do is multiply the degree by pi over 80. So 120 multiplied by pi over 180, and what happen? Do not replace pi with 180. Just leave it as it is and reduce. So 120 times pi is 120 pi, and then 1 times 180 is 180. and then the zeros cancel, so you're left with 12 pi over 18. And then try to reduce this by 6. So 12 divided by 6 is 2 pi. 18 divided by 6 is 3. So that's how you convert degree to radians, 2 pi per 3. Okay, which of the following solution correctly graphs the following compound? X is greater than or equal to 4. So you have 4 here and oops, no, 36 here, 4 there, right? So let's see. 36 is an open circle and it's gonna be less than, and then X is gonna be 4 is gonna be dark, so we're gonna move it to the right. So there you go. I think it's A, right? Because it connects. It connects, it doesn't disconnect. So 39 bag contains 4 red marbles, 3 blue marbles, and 2 green marbles. If a marble is randomly selected from the bag, what is the probability of selecting a blue marble? So probability is you add up the total possible outcomes. You have 4 plus 3 plus 2. That is going to be, let's say 7, 7, 8, 9. And then what is the probability of selecting blue? So there's 3. There's only 3 blue marbles. And then try to reduce this, so that would be 1 over 3. There you go. Okay, finally, last one. Let's say you have f of x equals x plus 5 squared minus 13, and g of x equals 2x squared plus 17x plus 7. What is g of x minus f of x? So g of x is this whole thing, so that's 2x squared plus 17x plus 7 minus f of x is this whole thing. Okay. So what I would do is FOIL this out, FOIL the x plus 5 squared, that's x squared plus 2 times AB, so that's 5x, that's 10x. And then B squared, that's 25. And then minus 13. So you get x squared plus 10x. And then 25 minus 13 is 12. And then you may distribute this minus, so it's negative x squared minus 10x minus 12. And then we have 2x squared plus 17x minus 7, right? And then you may clean it up. So 2x squared minus 1x squared, x squared, 17 minus 10 is 7x. And then negative 7 and negative 12 is negative 19. Wait, did I do something wrong? It would be 2x squared. Oh, 25 minus 13 is 12. Yeah. At 2x squared minus 1x squared, and then 17 minus 10 is 7x. And Oh, there, hi, there's a D. Wait, what am I doing wrong? I don't see my choice. It is g of x minus f of x. It's 12. I'm gonna say I'm gonna just pick B. I don't know why I don't see my answer. X squared plus 7x. It's the only thing that has a 7x in it. So let's see your results. Yeah, I missed one. Let's see what I got wrong. I think it was the last one. What about that? Oh, it's 23. That's messed up. Let's see. I guess it was D. Yeah, it was D. Okay, so I messed up on the center. So yeah, that's the only thing I messed up. But everything else is fine. Oh, 34. It says it should actually be a histogram. So a teacher wants to represent the scores of her students on a recent math test, which of the following would be the most appropriate representation? Why did I say multiply? I guess that makes sense. Histogram tells you the percentage, right? So I think that's the best. Um, I think if they're asking for a mean, median, or quartile, that would be perfect for a box plot. But 34 would be histogram. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So Yeah, if you fix those mistakes, you'll be good. I'm gonna stop here.